Sarah stood at the threshold of her in-laws' home, anticipation bubbling in her chest. It was her first official family gathering since marrying James, her beloved husband. As she stepped inside, warmth enveloped her, both from the cozy atmosphere and the genuine smiles of her new family members. Among them was Emily, James' sister, whose presence exuded charm and confidence. Sarah couldn't help but admire her grace and poise, but there was something in Emily's eyes, a glint of competitiveness that sent a shiver down her spine. Throughout the evening, Emily's attention seemed to linger on Sarah a little too long, her compliments carrying a hint of insincerity. Despite the undercurrent of unease, Sarah brushed it off, eager to embrace her newfound family. Little did she know, this encounter would mark the beginning of a tumultuous journey, one filled with betrayal, deceit, and the revelation of a darkness lurking beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect family tree. As weeks turned into months, Sarah's initial impression of Emily as a charming and friendly sister-in-law began to crumble. At family gatherings, Emily's compliments took on a sharp edge, her smiles tinged with a hint of malice. She seemed to relish in undermining Sarah, questioning her choices and belittling her achievements. Sarah noticed how Emily effortlessly manipulated the dynamics within the family, turning allies into adversaries with whispered words and subtle gestures. Yet, whenever Sarah tried to confront her about it, Emily would feign innocence, painting Sarah as paranoid and insecure. Despite her growing unease, Sarah desperately wanted to believe that her sister-in-law had good intentions. She dismissed her own instincts, chiding herself for being overly suspicious. But as Emily's actions grew more brazen, Sarah couldn't ignore the truth any longer. Behind her facade of charm lay a cunning manipulator, determined to tear apart the very fabric of their family. And Sarah was determined not to let her succeed. As months passed, tensions between Sarah and Emily simmered beneath the surface, threatening to boil over at any moment. Sarah watched helplessly as Emily's subtle manipulations tore at the seams of their once harmonious family. Innocent conversations turned into battlegrounds, with Sarah constantly on edge, waiting for the next verbal jab or calculated move. Emily's attacks became more frequent and vicious. She'd undermine Sarah's contributions to family gatherings, dismiss her ideas with a flick of her wrist, and spread malicious rumors behind her back. Sarah tried to maintain her composure, to rise above Emily's petty games, but each barb cut deeper than the last. She felt like a prisoner in her own home, walking on eggshells to avoid setting off another explosion. Even James, Sarah's steadfast rock, seemed blind to his sister's true nature. He brushed off Sarah's concerns, chalking them up to sibling rivalry or simple misunderstandings. But Sarah knew better. She could see the venom in Emily's eyes, the satisfaction she took in Sarah's discomfort. As the tension mounted, Sarah found herself questioning everything she thought she knew about her marriage and her place in the family. But deep down, she knew one thing for certain: she wouldn't let Emily's wickedness tear her apart. She'd fight tooth and nail to protect her marriage and reclaim her peace of mind, no matter the cost. Sarah's determination to uncover the truth about Emily's sinister intentions grew stronger with each passing day. She began to quietly gather evidence, documenting Emily's manipulative behavior and the harm it caused to their family. Through discreet conversations with other family members, Sarah pieced together a disturbing pattern of lies and deceit woven by Emily. She discovered instances where Emily had sabotaged relationships, sowed seeds of discord, and exploited vulnerabilities for her own gain. Armed with this damning evidence, Sarah confronted James, hoping to open his eyes to the danger his sister posed to their family. At first, James was hesitant to believe Sarah's accusations, torn between loyalty to his sister and his love for his wife. But as Sarah laid out the facts, James's disbelief slowly gave way to shock and anger. He couldn't deny the truth staring him in the face: the sister he thought he knew was nothing more than a wolf in sheep's clothing, preying on the trust and goodwill of their family. Together, Sarah and James confronted Emily, exposing her web of lies and manipulation for all to see. Emily's facade crumbled, revealing the cold, calculating heart that lay beneath. In the aftermath of the confrontation, the family was torn apart by the revelation, but Sarah and James stood united, determined to rebuild what Emily had tried so hard to destroy. As Emily faced the consequences of her actions, ostracized by those she had once considered allies, Sarah and James focused on healing the wounds inflicted by her betrayal. It was a long and arduous journey, but through love, forgiveness, and unwavering determination, they emerged stronger than ever, ready to face whatever challenges the future held. As the truth about Emily's deceitful nature came to light, the conflict within the family reached a fever pitch. Emily, backed into a corner, refused to go down without a fight. She launched a full-scale campaign of retaliation against Sarah and James, determined to salvage what remained of her shattered reputation. She spread vicious rumors about Sarah, painting her as the villain in their family drama. She fabricated stories of Sarah's supposed indiscretions, poisoning the minds of those who were once close to her. Sarah and James found themselves besieged on all sides, their once solid support system crumbling under the weight of Emily's lies. Family gatherings became battlegrounds, with tensions running high and trust in short supply. But Sarah refused to back down. She stood firm in the face of Emily's onslaught, determined to protect her marriage and her reputation from further harm. With James by her side, she weathered every storm, clinging to the hope that truth and justice would prevail in the end. As the conflict escalated, Sarah and James found unexpected allies in those who had witnessed Emily's true colors firsthand. Together they rallied against Emily's tyranny, exposing her lies and rallying support for their cause. But Emily was not one to go down without a fight. She launched one final, desperate bid to reclaim her lost power, setting off a chain of events that would change the course of their family's history forever. The breaking point came on a stormy night, the air heavy with tension as Sarah and James confronted Emily one last time. Gathered in the dimly lit living room of their family home, emotions ran high as accusations flew back and forth like daggers. Sarah's voice trembled with barely contained fury as she recounted Emily's countless betrayals, her words echoing off the walls with the weight of truth. James stood by Sarah's side, his jaw clenched with suppressed anger, his eyes burning with betrayal. He couldn't believe that his own sister, someone he had trusted implicitly, could stoop so low. But Emily remained defiant, her mask of innocence slipping to reveal the cold, calculating woman beneath. She hurled insults and accusations, refusing to take responsibility for her actions, even as the evidence against her mounted. In the midst of the chaos, Sarah reached her breaking point. With tears streaming down her face, she laid bare the pain and heartache Emily had caused, the toll it had taken on their marriage and their family. For a moment, there was silence, a heavy, suffocating silence that hung in the air like a storm cloud on the brink of bursting. And then, with a final, gut-wrenching cry of anguish, Sarah turned and walked away, her heart shattered into a million irreparable pieces. In that moment, something inside James snapped. The blinders fell from his eyes, and he saw his sister for who she truly was, a manipulative, vindictive force hell-bent on destroying everything he held dear. With a heavy heart, James made his choice. He turned his back on Emily, severing ties with the sister he had once loved without reservation. And as he took Sarah's hand in his, he knew that together they would weather whatever storms lay ahead, stronger and more united than ever before. In the aftermath of the confrontation, a sense of peace settled over Sarah and James, like the calm after a storm. With Emily out of their lives, they focused on rebuilding what had been torn asunder by her deceit. Slowly but surely, they repaired the fractured bonds within their family, reaching out to those who had been caught in the crossfire and offering forgiveness where it was deserved. It wasn't easy. The wounds left by Emily's betrayal ran deep, and trust was not easily regained. But with patience, understanding, and unwavering determination, Sarah and James began to mend what had been broken, piece by painstaking piece. As time passed, their efforts bore fruit. Family gatherings once again became moments of joy and celebration, free from the shadow of Emily's manipulation. Laughter filled the air, and love flowed freely, binding them together in a bond that was stronger than ever before. But the scars of their ordeal remained, a reminder of the trials they had faced and the strength they had found in each other. They wore those scars proudly, badges of honor earned through adversity and overcome through resilience. And as they looked towards the future, Sarah and James knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, hand in hand, their love and commitment unshakable in the face of whatever life threw their way. For they had weathered the storm and emerged victorious, ready to embrace whatever the future held with open arms. In the end, Sarah and James emerged from the darkness stronger than ever before, their love tested but unbroken by the trials they had faced. They moved forward with their lives, leaving behind the pain and betrayal of the past as they looked towards a brighter future together. With each passing day, their bond grew stronger, fortified by the challenges they had overcome and the unwavering support they had shown each other. Though the memory of Emily's betrayal lingered like a shadow, it served as a reminder of the importance of honesty, trust, and integrity in their relationship. They vowed to never let their guard down again, to always be vigilant against the forces that sought to tear them apart. As they stood hand in hand, gazing out at the horizon, Sarah and James knew that whatever obstacles they faced, they would face them together, united in their commitment to each other and the life they had built together. And as they walked hand in hand into the sunset, their hearts full of hope and their souls at peace, they knew that no matter what the future held, they would face it together, bound by a love that was stronger than any storm. Thanks for watching. Please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel.